Thank you so much for joining. On this channel, we will be discussing and showing videos on a wide variety of topics and things that I hope you will find interesting, fascinating, informative, and engaging, fun, and worth your time. Some of the topics will be cars, phones, at-home food preparation and cooking, handmade illustrations with graphs, body enhancement, music, custom how-to videos, economics, amazing and hilarious compilations, and much more. As such, to easily navigate this channel, just click on the Playlists tab and sit back and enjoy. Thank you so much once again for watching, and please, if you may, consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. And now, this is the new 2025 BMW X3. Here, I will be discussing the new changes, the trims, the dimensions, the engine options, the performance, the origins of how we got here, comparisons to its competitors, pricing, and much more. Here is a quick rundown. This is the new 2025 BMW X3, and it is poised to dominate the premium luxury mid-size crossover utility market. This new fourth generation will be released around fall of 2024 with a starting price of about $50,000. The BMW X3 helped kickstart the luxury crossover market in 2004, which is now over 20 years ago. It may look a bit different, but underneath, it has the same architecture as the 2024 version. Notable changes are the removal of the I badging on all ICE-powered vehicles, the grille design, having standard all-wheel drive, the front and rear fascia, the interior design and layout, the curved high-definition displays and efficiency improvements by means of mild hybrid assistance. Proudly assembled in BMW's Spartanburg plant in South Carolina. So, how did we get here? The evolution of the BMW X3 began its humble quest around 2004 as a tastefully designed, semi-luxurious, properly sized, compact crossover. It fused great driving dynamics with a then stylish appearance in a growing SUV-CUV market. It was the first mid-size premium luxury compact crossover. Mixing a refined ride with handling prowess and properly powerful engines, the X3 was poised to sell well, and sell well it did. With each iteration, BMW built upon a very well put-together previous generation by adding better road manners, a stiffer body, better fuel efficiency, excellent ride quality, better technology, more style, more power, more options, better suspension, and following what customers and the market was yearning for. And the sale numbers prove how well-rounded and properly sized the BMW X3 is. This is a very capable vehicle. The first-generation X3, known internally as the E83, was available from 2004 to about 2010, and it was based on the E46 3 Series platform. The BMW X3 was put together in a way that it combined the agility of a compact sporty car with the driving ability and roominess of the BMW X5. Side note, the new 2025 BMW X3 is now bigger than the original BMW X5. Now, in 2007, BMW updated the X3 with revised bumpers, headlights, and taillights, grille, interior trims, engines, and suspension upgrades. The second-generation BMW X3, internally known as the F25, was available around 2011 until about 2017. For the 2018 model year, the third-generation X3 made its debut, internally known as the G01, which then received a comprehensive facelift in 2021. The new facelift gifted the X3 with new headlights and taillights, new bumpers, and new revamped interior. And this all leads us to today, for the fourth generation, new 2025 BMW X3. Under the hood of the 2025 BMW X3, there will be two engine options which will be potent and engaging. The heavily modified and updated 2025 BMW X3 will once again be powered by a peppy and efficient turbocharged 2.0-liter four-cylinder engine and a robust, dynamic, and powerful turbocharged 3.0-liter, silky smooth inline six-cylinder engine. Both now featuring a 48-volt mild hybrid system, enabling it to make a stout 393 horsepower and 428 pound-feet of torque. For those keeping track, the older M40i used to have 382 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. As for the peppy four-cylinder, the new 2025 X3 also gains a mild hybrid system, enabling the new X3 to have 255 horsepower with a healthy 295 pound-feet of torque. For those keeping track, the 2024 version had 248 horsepower and just over 250 pound-feet of torque. The 3.0-liter engine has a designated new moniker, B58B30M2. The 2.0-liter engine has a designated new moniker as well, B48B2002, and will work on the Miller combustion cycle. Both have a quick-shifting 8-speed automatic transmission with all-wheel drive, and the 48-volt mild hybrid system is sandwiched between, driving a starter-generator electric motor that will allow the auto start-stop function to become smoother as well as assisting in acceleration. Later, there will be a BMW iX3 which will be more bold in its design and powered via electrons, not pistons. The so-called game-changing BMW iX3 will arrive sometime in 2026 featuring a newer next-gen electric architecture. As for the trims, the letter I is no longer. The letter I is now reserved for BMW electric vehicles, not the fuel-injected ones like before. X3 xDrive 30, which replaces the xDrive 30i. X3 M50, which replaces the M40i. Updates are a bold grille, standard xDrive performance all-wheel drive, 20-inch wheels and tires, M Sport rear differential, and quad exhaust tailpipes. The new dimensions for the 2025 X3 are the same 112.8 wheelbase as the 2024 version, but due to the heavily revised body panels, will yield small incremental changes in length, width, and height. The 2025 X3 has decreased its height, increased both its length and width. The new dimensions are 187.2 inches by 65.4 inches in height and 75.6 inches for the width. This translates to a lower, longer, and wider vehicle that will visually look a bit more aggressive, a bit more of a sculpted flexing statue that shows a hint of attitude, and possibly even a bit more eloquence. I am using the word eloquence loosely here. And now for the elephant in the room, the appearance. BMW is still trying to force-feed the customer to accept an overgrown large font, bold, brash, intimidating front kidney grille. It may or may not look appealing in this iteration, but the number of cars sold with overgrown grilles have not lessened. So maybe BMW customers are more focused on performance and driving dynamics than, say, gophers and beavers? Regardless, the new 2025 BMW X3 M50, which is the flagship, will have an illuminated grille as standard, but it will be optional on the lesser X330 version. Now, to further add to the absolute polarity of this huge grille, BMW has decided to make it less functional and more weird. How is it less functional? Well, look closely at the pass-through. This is the new housing for the sensors and front-facing camera. The grille we loved is now a nostalgic relic of the past, it seems. How is it weird? The plastic chrome pinstripes are given both a vertical and diagonal pattern. Is this really the design direction BMW wants to take us in? I would love to hear what you think in the comments section below. At the rear end, under the back trim piece, lesser model will hide the exhaust tips while the higher trims, such as the M50, will put all 4 tips on display. A quick moment to say thank you for tuning in and watching. In regards to the interior, the left of the steering column will have the typical turn signal stalks, and to the right of the steering column, there will be stalks for the wipers. On the steering wheel itself, there will be rotary knobs and buttons that will control most of the car's features. This will be directly tied in with the iDrive system. The digital gauge cluster has the new version of BMW's parenthesis-like readouts. It is customizable and feature-rich. The theme of the parenthesis, or greater than and less than insignia, is carried over on the door cards as well. Please note that the HVAC buttons and radio controls are no longer on the center console. As for the much-loved and appreciated, incredibly user-friendly iDrive controller, it is now more capable with Android, and this 9th iteration still shows its lasting presence. It is complemented by shortcut buttons and the gear selector. The newly modified screens are sharp, crisp, animated, and the new graphics are stunning. Since it is a heavily modified update, expect to have similar interior space as the previous model, but perhaps a few incremental millimeters or centimeters more in certain places. Therefore, expect a few cubic feet of added interior space. As for the trunk area, it is clean, spacious, and roomy. Under the carpeting, there is no spare tire, but additional storage space if needed, and complemented with an outlet and tie-down hooks as well. Performance. BMW quotes the 0 to 60 times of the new 2025 X3 M50 at 4.4 seconds, but it would be safe to assume that the new 2025 X3 will be marginally quicker than that. As for the new 2025 X3 xDrive 30 version, BMW states there are no changes as well in 0 to 60 times, which remain at around 6 seconds flat. Reasons for the stagnant times are mostly due to added weight from the 25 or so additional pounds mild hybrid tech. The top speed for the X3's Drive 30 is 130 miles per hour, and for the M50 it is 155 miles per hour. In regards to handling, BMW states the new 2025 X3 is a bit wider, a bit stiffer, and a bit lower than the 2024 version. A lower ride height, slightly wider rear track, a marginally stiffer body structure, and enhanced wheel and/or steering wheel tweaks will heighten precision and stability from both the driver's seat and the car's dynamic prowess. Even though it is marginally larger, it has a lower drag coefficient due to its new restyled and more aerodynamic bodywork. Next, we will go over the technology. The new 2025 BMW X3 has a curved dashboard display which combines the infotainment screen with the digital gauge cluster. This year, BMW will fit the 9th iteration of its iDrive operating system in the new 2025 X3, which is more connected to and connected by Google, which means Android, more than before. Thankfully, it retains the rotary iDrive knob that is extremely functional and user-friendly, while also accepting inputs via the touchscreen, the steering wheel controls, and via voice commands. The new iDrive 9 will enable over-the-air updates more efficiently and more frequently with the ability to add new features, allow streaming apps, augmented reality navigation, and in-car gaming that can allow a smartphone to be used to the main controller, but only when parked though. Luckily for BMW fans that loved and appreciated the iDrive system, the Android-based system will look and feel very similar. Sadly, physical buttons and controls are being, or have been, removed. In the 2025 BMW X3, the ventilation controls, the memory seat controls, the music controls have all been moved into the infotainment unit, so finding a fan speed switch may be cumbersome to many, especially when focusing on driving and using muscle memory to change the temperature or flow of air. The only physical controls other than the steering buttons and window buttons on the doors are the iDrive controller and its associated surrounding shortcuts. As for pricing, the X3 xDrive 30 will cost around $50,000, and the X3 M50 will cost upwards of $65,000. The main competitors for the 2025 BMW X3 are the capable and well-selling Porsche Macan, the Audi Q5, the Mercedes-Benz GLC, the well-performing Lexus NX and RX siblings, and the Acura RDX. Side note, for this video, Volvo was left out. As for the EPA fuel economy, it is currently unknown, but we are assuming about 25 city and 31 highway for the X3 xDrive 30 and 24 city, 29 highway for the X3 M50. And that about wraps it up for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it.